Hey there, Brandon. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. I think this is the first time I've actually seen you come join us on Twitch. But I'm glad to have you. It's really awesome to have you here this evening. And hopefully you won't be the only one. Alright, it is time to continue on with the main story of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. So, with the Tower of Zot now gone and the Ark of Sodara all back to normal, let's see what happens when we talk to Kryl. I said when we talk to Kryl. Jeez, I really have focus issues, don't I? But yeah, let's go ahead and speak with Kryl to take on our next main story quest at level 82 entitled Sound the Bell, School's In! Kryl and Grahatia were having a pleasant conversation until you barged in. I didn't even know I was.
Oh, there you are! Feeling refreshed, I hope? I was about to make my way to the studio as it happens. I wanted to try and speak with Skarlak Montashen and thank him for coming to our rescue in the Vostra.
Yeah, he kind of did that for us and saved our necks.
As it turns out, he'd come here to see us following the hearing, only to find that we had already departed for Thavnir. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the cud with his former students. Since we're still waiting for Ashtola and others, I thought now the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me?
Of course.
Then it's settled. The twins will be coming too, assuming Alphinaud can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you rally the troops while I go on ahead to Phenomenon.
Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the studio for a time.
That might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long.
Hey there, Tharia. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. But yeah, as one might expect there, Brandon, streaming Final Fantasy XIV, especially these days, is keeping me very busy. So there are the twins. Yeah, Alphinaud is practicing his sage skills on this dummy. Yeah, put those away for a moment.
Heading out for a stroll?
Actually, I need to come and get you two.
The Skarlak himself was here? In that case, what are we waiting for? I too am eager to see him, though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the studium. I dare say our notoriety precedes us.
Yeah.
Alphinaud, of all people, worrying over his reputation, and at our alma mater no less. Will wonders never cease. You'll understand soon enough. Off we go!
Alright, there are you two, and we'll join up with you there. So, off to the studio. Oh, that's too bad. Well, you typically do not see female Rogadins dressed in the Zidane costume. That's a first, actually, for me. I've never seen that. Alright, Kryl. So let's have a look at the studium. In all its glory.
Here it is, Phenomenon. While I expect you made note of it before, one can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here on official business, correct?
That's right.
While most of the space is taken up by the expansive auditoriums, it also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. As the center of what would later become the studium, it was established to promote the study of aetherical phenomena, hence the name. Though with the ether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable facet of life, and even the universe itself. And then, in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, Phenomenon was decreed complete, and the studium officially opened as a place of learning. With a long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in etherology, the arcane, the occult, astromancy, and countless other fields, standing proud as Sharlayan's foremost educational institute.
Yeah, taking the words out of his mouth, I see.
You always did enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Yeah, indeed, I've long since lost track of how many times he has recited that same foppish speech, such as his undying love for his old stamping ground. He was in top form back then. Youngest entered the studium, graduated with highest honors in magical arts and aetherology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on, you both joined the studium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alphanode actually entered half a year before me, nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors.
You are the evil twin after all.
And I'm certainly not the studium's most notorious master debater.
No, you're probably the studium's most notorious taskmaster.
In all respects, however have I been in this shadow. If nothing else, just remember that this was where the legend of Alphinaud Leveilleur began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully we'll be somewhat more welcome here than we were at the last stand. I know it's better than anyone than the adoration that the student body has for Alphinaud, and with a bit of luck it might work to our advantage.
I hope you're right about that. Or we'll just get thrown out on our asses.
Well, there's no time like the present. First things first, let's look for Scholar Monteshen. Other faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he's fond of wandering wheresoever his whims take him. Let's split up and ask the students if they've seen him.
Well, I did it in Shadowbringers, for the most part there. I did it in Shadowbringers for the most part there. Also, really? Some people just creep you out. Yeah, I did that in Shadowbringers with Corinne before I did the official Let's Play with Shinji. Hello there.
That was Alphinaud Leveilleur, was it? The Alphinaud Leveilleur! And he was with his sister and Master Valdesian's granddaughter? This can only mean one thing. An event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching! Spread the word!
Yeah, calm down there, dude.
Oh, sorry, you said you're looking for the Scholark, yes? Knowing him, he could be anywhere, but Miss Leopold should have a better idea.
Okay then. We'll look for Miss Leopold from the renowned Leopold line. Yeah, we have Key Leopold to speak with.
Hello there. Are you lost? Wandering off the street, perhaps?
Oh, not at all.
Wait, don't tell me. You're a trainee gleaner fresh off the guild ship. I'm right, aren't I?
You couldn't be more far off.
Oh, how silly of me. An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to Searcher's Meet. Let me start with a question. What's the most important thing you'll find in the studium? That's right, books. And what's the second most important? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we deal here in Searcher's Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send the gleaners off to find it. Honestly, you won't believe some of the requests we get. I am Paisa this, tongue of Giganto that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end.
And create an entire coven.
Which is possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish, this being a school of magic and all. As our newest gleaner, you'll have your work cut out for you, but I think you'll be finding it quite rewarding.
Aren't we kind of to conclusions? The only thing I'm interested in gleaning is information on the Scholar's whereabouts. And I've tracked down many miscellaneous knickknacks in my time, but I'm no gleaner. Yeah, I'm afraid you're getting a bit too hasty.
I beg your pudding? You're not a gleaner? Then this... was it all an elaborate ruse? No, wait, come to think of it, you never actually claimed to be one in the first place. My mistake. But he was here, but now he's not. I did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Maker's Meet.
And who are we talking about?
Go back the way you came in, and and you'll see it on the opposite side of the entrance. It's a laboratory of sorts, home to many rare and expensive curios, not to mention alarmingly frequent accidents. If you lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. In the time it's taken me to tell you all this, the Scarlet has probably already left. Best of luck finding him. I have a feeling you'll need it.
Yeah, the only thing I want to look forward to during the holidays, Brandon, is for a white Christmas. Sadly, for those of you who live where I do, that was killed off last night in one fell stroke. And we're never gonna have a white Christmas this year, that's for sure. Hopefully this winter does not turn out to be like winter was a decade ago when we pretty much had no snow at all. Let's speak with this level-headed student.
Yes, the Scarlet was here a short while ago. He offered me advice on my current research projects. Though we spoke at length, I don't recall mentioning him where he was planning to go next. When we parted ways, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums?
Yeah, certainly got us going in a wild goose chase for sure for this guy. Yeah, looks like he's gonna be over that way. So let's hustle down once again. And then go through this door. Hope we can find the man, but it doesn't look like he's in this room, so we'll have to go into the other room. And hey, look, we found one of Eshtola's brothers of the Y tribe. And we also, as luck would have it, found a place to do lookout. Yeah. And now that we've done that, Mr. Monteshan, nice to meet you, sir. Hello there.
Ah, I remember you.
Yes, you do, sir. And I'm not alone.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged.
Well, it's a good thing you did.
I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Well, last I checked, that was 51 and 48 against your thoughts.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you.
Yeah, we had work to do.
I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye.
And as for
You
me,
must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student.
well, they have their fields of expertise and so do I.
Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you for the offer, and that was a wink I was not expecting. But down to business now.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Is that still classified information even to him?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy.
Womp womp. Yeah, even the people who you trust can't even help you out.
Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
Oh, really? Let's take a guess about who is being forced to keep their mouths shut in such a manner, and who's responsible for doing it.
How is that even possible?
Yeah.
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
And don't fall asleep. So yeah, let's see how this forced secrecy is being made possible. Oh. Getting fancy, huh? Yeah, a floating ink and quill on a piece of paper, too. And a paintbrush.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into 3 forms. 2 are of the incorporeal sort, the soul, and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
The heart? Yeah, I gotta ponder this. Corporeal ether, magic, or... yeah, what will you say? Yeah, the soul and the memory. Yeah, let's go with what I guess seems to be the obvious answer.
Yes, very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked.
And so now, let's see that fancy ink and quill right on the floating paper.
Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it.
Yeah, written in a very fancy manner.
Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would get blacked out, right? Yeah, here comes the paintbrush. Yeah, blackout.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
The Calamity.
The 7th Umbral Calamity. The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm.
But not much else.
But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act.
Maybe we'll get the answers we're looking for later down the line?
The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation.
Wait, what? So, yeah, the hypocrisy here knows no bounds.
Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty, are they subjected to the process? A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace?
Now I'm not so sure.
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty.
So you would need 90 out of 99.
Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea.
And so now it's time for more fun with the paper.
For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean.
Yeah, there we go.
And our memories drift apart and dissolve. Rather defeating the purpose, I suppose.
And away goes the ink. And now you got a blank slate again.
But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
Look at my shock.
What happens after that?
Death?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
I suppose. Jeez, I'm so shocked. Probably about how well he was able to
Well, I think
erase
that's
with
enough
magic.
education for today. Now that I've given you some food for thought, or rather, an entire banquet.
And so, with his tools no longer required, away they go. Yeah, hey, Ink, it's time for us to leave. Yeah, don't be such a stick in the mud.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you.
How so?
I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
Does it override what the forum says, though?
Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge.
She wasn't useful
I
for.
wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
And away he goes, even with a little chuckle as he heads on out. So we'll take our 462,000 experience points for completing a level 82 main story quest, as well as 1,193 gil plus a level 82 pewter weapon coffer. You have been granted the run of Phenomenon. If your game, Kia Leopo would put your artisanry to good use. Well, thankfully with Rika, I do have that available. So it is something I am now able to do if ever I want to. So yeah, if I ever want to do the levy quests over here at level 80 for doing crafting and gathering, I can just come over here.